I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather is clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Barn Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Friday, August the 30th races at Hastings. We do have 8 races on tap, a little busier than usual on a Friday night, but we do have 8 races. 2 stakes races, the CTHS for the 2-year-olds, Sale Stakes Graduates, one for the fillies and one for the Colts and Geldings.
And a couple other 2-year-old races. The first 4 races are dominated by the babies. Good cards, as Mike mentioned, 8 races. First on hand is a 2-year-old fillies Sale Stake. Field of 5 in here. Tough to get by the 4, Infinite Patience. Man, she has been some kind of impressive in her first 2 races. 66 buyer in her first, wins by 9. 71 buyer on BC Cup Day, wins by 11. Looks like should be a similar story here. She's come back to work well, a minute 3/5. She's just something else.
She's really good.
Superstar in the making here. Infinite Patience, a single for me. From the rest of them, it looks like Fully Lent, a daughter of Lent for trainer Dave Forrester. Good race in her first, out third. Come back with a nice win over Sangria, who's in later on the card. She looks like the clear second choice. Pick one after that. I went to Lots of Love. Amadeo Perez, top rider, is attracted to this daughter of Macho Uno out of a Giants Causeway mare, a New York bred. They bought at the sale last year, so some good breeding there. I put her in third. I went 4-3-5.
Yeah, I have the same top 2. Infinite Patience is tough to I agree. She's just been very impressive. She's very fast. She's just very advanced. She's just a very advanced filly right now, just ahead of the class. And she went fast and finished fast, and she's just very good right now, and she is the horse to beat. Fully Lent looked very good winning her maiden last time, and looks like a filly with a promising future, and she is the greatest danger to Infinite Patience. And then I think it's a big gap back to the 3rd horse, and I put the 1 horse Queen's Park in for 3rd.
Yeah, I think it's Infinite Patience, Fully Lent, and then
the rest. One, yeah. And then Queen's Park was a good second when going on Lasix. That was made for maiden 25. She's obviously up in class. But 4-3-1 for me in the CTHS Sale Stake Fillies division. On to the second race. More 2-year-olds for you here. They're going to go 3.5 furlongs. This little short one here, got 9 of them signed on. Went to the 5 horse, the Kippy Train. Leading barn is just still have bullets to keep firing, and this horse looked good running 4th last time, was wide throughout, and has the race under her belt, and I just think, or his belt. Another son of Lent, who's off to a great start so far in his. These are the first foals from the sire Lent. But the Kippy Train looked good running last time. Come out of the gate and worked well. Actually had a series of good work since his last race. He's definitely the horse to beat in here. I put the 3-horse Floral. I mean, no secrets in here. Those 2 were not very far apart last time, and they're both live in here. And I put the 4-horse Miss Earl. Filly by Bakken out of the mare, My Special Angel. My Special Angel was very quick, and a lot of her foals are very quick. Bakken had a good weekend, had a stakes winner in Edmonton at Century Mile, and also had a nice winner last weekend. So here at Hastings, so the Bakkens are doing very well. Just starting to come to another freshman sire. I went 5, 3, and 4.
I agree. 5 and 3 look like the 2. They're both coming out of that everything's quiet race. One was just ahead of Fully Lent. The other was just behind Fully Lent. You know, our second choice in the Philly Sale Stakes. I'm with you. 5-3. I threw in Fancy Fraulein out of the Carl Austin barn. 2-year-old daughter, Texas Wildcat, out of Big Bertha. So this is a half to Under Par, who won again the other day at Century Mile. Under Par has won a million races, it seems. So off breeding, some decent works, good barn. I went Fancy Fraulein. 5-3-8 for me. In the second, on the third, 2-year-old boys, CTHS Sale Stakes, field of 7. I did go the 7 here at Capilano Canyon. Just the 1 run that was back on the 2nd of June could not have been more impressive.
Awesome debut.
1 by 6, got a 71 buyer, which absolutely towers over this field. Has had some soundness issues, so we haven't seen him for a while. He's come back. Hasn't been working lights out. That 37 and 4 was a good work on August 18th. A nice, easy 5 furlongs last time, 103. If he can run anything close to 80% of that first race, I think he's the horse to beat. At Attention looks to be the main danger, the horse that won the BC Cup Nursery. On BC Cup Day, Rigo Sarmiento signed on again for Phil Hall and Peter Reddick. Got a 53 buyer that day. Nice closing run that day to win it by 3/4 of a length. And then I threw in Machine. Colonel John Colt out of the Mark Cluche barn, live barn, just worked 101 out of the gate. Amadeo Perez attracted Amadeo and Mark Cluche hitting 28% together right now. 7-1-4 for me.
Yeah, I agree with Capilano Canyon. That horse was very impressive.
He looked good winning.
Dave sent this colt out, looked apart, 39-1, a very fast 3.5 furlongs. Came back to work 49-2, came back to work 59-3. This colt's got a lot of talent, and then worked a half and 49-4, and then went to the sidelines for a bit. Comeback works on the slower side, but you know this horse has got a lot of ability. And Capilano Canyon, victory comes through him. He is a nice colt, and you know, it's not the kind of work pattern you want to see coming up to a race, but still, he's a nice colt. I put the one horse, I agree, at attention in for second. Nice win once he finally got it figured out. He's kind of I don't know, he was kind of stymied in behind horses. It took him a long time to roll and finally get by Wilson and Gotcha Cowboy, but he finally did in the stretch. But he's got some talent. He'll be, the Shanghai Bobby will be dangerous, especially when they go a mile 16th.
And that's
in the Ascot graduation.
That's the way his races have gone too, right? Yeah. First, he was green, he was getting out. Second is a big improvement off that. He runs third, and then he does cultivate in a win on BC Nursing. Just a slow learner.
He's needed the racing experience to keep, to get better. And a lot of times you do have to run horses, not into fitness, but run them into, to be a pro. And sometimes it takes him a while to get it all together. But he's definitely getting it all together. Looked a lot better last time. I put the 5-horse Northern Kid in for third. Kind of was out there early, lost contact with the field on the backstretch, kind of lost his focus, but came rolling late and ended up fourth behind Above the Moon, Desert Hills, and Atomic Haze. I thought he was interesting as well. I think he'll be better. I went 7-1, but Capilano Canyon's horse to beat. 7-1-5. Fourth race, maiden fillies, 2-year-old fillies here. Fourth consecutive yearly win 4 is
all
babies.
Pick
4 is all for 2-year-olds. Got a field of 9 2-year-old maiden allowance fillies going to 6 panels. I went to the 8-horse Sangria. Very impressive debut run. Had some troubles in that race. A little green early, and then kind of got stuffed in behind horses all the way down the backstretch. Really never did get out and get a clear run at Fully Lent, who's a very nice filly, and kind of got intimidated at the 16th pole, checked a bit, and it almost cost her second, but it didn't. But she's still run a very good race.
Yeah,
she's come back. She's doing well. I think this horse will be very alive in here. But the 2-horse Enchanted Lady continues to break poorly. She's had 2 poor beginnings, but she closes up well. She was second behind Infinite Patience last time. She outworked her stablemate, Takes Charge Gwen in a head-and-head. Well, they were head-and-head, but I think this horse was a little bit the best, but we're not going out of the starting gate, so that changes things. But from the pole, Enchanted Lady was a bit better than Take Charge Gwen. I did happen to watch that work. And I put those 2 Phil Hall horses in behind Barb's runner in here, the Bennett runner. I went 8, 2, and 5.
I agree with Sangria. Was highly thought of. Actually went off as a favorite in her first start. And as you mentioned, a little bit green and got beat by a decent filly in Fully Lent. I think it's Sangria. Enchanted Lady's been unlucky in her first 2 starts, running into Infinite Patience in her first 2 races, so she's getting beat by a ways. Twice. But but third in her first start, second, and clear of Catch a Cougar,
who came back to win a stake in Edmonton.
Yeah, a multiple stakes winner now, Catch a Cougar. So the fact she beat her in that stake is, should put her very live into a maiden special weight. And I threw Quinella, the Greg Tracy runner.
I can see that.
Yeah, didn't really break great, was on heels.
Suzette was a nice, very quick filly.
Just looked really green. I know Richard was struggling with her the first time, by the stands. Broke okay, then was on heels. And
focus or something.
Yeah, just seemed to be.
Once she got in behind horses, she just chucked it. She was like not happy.
Yeah, it wasn't, just a bit of a mess of a race for her, but she does have a race under her, and Greg Tracy very good with this 2-year-old. Yeah. She was bet down too. She was 3-1 her first start, so I'm not giving up on her. 8-2-9 for me.
I can see it.
In the 4th. On to the 5th, Fillies and Mares, 4,000, non-winners of the year, non-4 lifetime. For me, it looks like there's 2 tough ones in here. That is the 5, Union Obsession, the 8, A Notice. Mark Cluche is hitting his stride right now. All his horses running very good. This one's coming off a 3rd behind Plain Lucky. I'm going to put Union Obsession on top, A Notice in for second, and I threw Fee and Fast, the Harold Bearby run, a good second last time, behind Plain Lucky. at this same division. But I would have maybe all three of those. Union Obsession and Notice look to be the two tough ones. I did go with Union Obsession. Amadeo Perez, Mark Lucci, always dangerous together. 4, 8, and 1.
Yeah, I agree with Union Obsession. This horse is going to be dangerous. Good third place run behind Plain Lucky and Free and Fast. Set to go a little wide on the turn. Kind of cost her second, but better draw. I mean, I just think the horse is, obviously a short price. Amadeo Perez jumps on too. That's certainly not going to hurt her chances. But the 3-horse Future Games in for second. Pretty impressed with her speed. And I know she faded late last time, but she went 22-2, 45-3. Maybe opened up a little early, but still track's favoring speed. It
has been
a lot of days, and Future Game's going to have the lead, and this horse could lead them for a long ways. And I put the 8-horse Notice, of course, in for third, very live in this spot. 5-3-8 for me in the fifth. Kick off the second win for on the night, which I believe has a $10,000 guaranteed pick 4 payout. Sixth race, I made an optional here for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, going 6.5 furlongs. The 1-horse Warrior's Promise has to win one of these days, I would think. And one would think. Ran into Ching and Butterscotch Blend. Butterscotch Blend came back to win a CTHS sales stake. Ching is pointing towards the BC Oaks. I mean, she did run against 2 very good fillies, and she ran into Summerland and Sunburst before that. She's taken on some pretty good fillies this year. The ones you look up and down, this is a considerable drop for her. Warrior's Promise, horse to be
fighting against. Yeah,
I put the Seattle horse Blaine Wright's La Principessa for Luigi Di Pietro, who's run horses up here in the past. He owned Reginella, or still owns Reginella. But the connections have come up here a few times to race horses. But Enrique Gonzalez rides, has some speed. Good runner-up effort to Lady Campbell, 2 starts back when sprinting. Tried Stakes Company going long last time. That didn't work. Had a lot of trouble in the race. Steadied 7/8, 6 wide first. It's all over when all that kind of stuff starts happening to you. It's not, it's not your day. But her 2 sprints were good. She's interesting. And I put the 5-horse Reproach in for third. She's interesting as well. She was out there battling on the head end. Didn't lose by much at all. Only lost by 3/4 of a length to Warrior's Promise. She might be better than Warrior's Promise. We'll see. But I think you need all 3 of them. I'm not singling Warrior's Promise at all.
No.
I mean, she's been beaten too many times. 1, 2, 5, but I would play all 3 in your pick.
I got the same horses. I went with Reproach on top. This is just,
good pick.
A younger filly. Glenn Todd paid $75,000 for it. Keeneland. It's a Blame filly. First start, she only gets beat 3 lengths behind stablemate Amazonian. Only got beat a couple by Cha-Ching. Comes back in that same race, as you mentioned, did all the heavy lifting.
She was under pressure the whole race. I think she had Butterscotch Blend on the inside, Cha-Ching bugging her on the outside.
And Butterscotch Blend came back to win.
2 tough horses too, and she still battled on.
Butterscotch Blend came back to win the sales stake. Only got beat 3/4 of a length by Warrior's Promise. I think this is one with more upside. That's why I'm going to put her on top of Warrior's Promise, and I agree. La Principessa, the Blaine Wright runner, daughter of Tisnow. Blaine Wright, I mean, we don't have it on here because a lot of times when these horses come out, they're running under Phil Hall's name. But Blaine Wright's stats here at Hastings are
monster,
off the charts. He's probably about 80%. So
you don't lose very. Blaine,
when he ships them up here, they don't get beat very often.
No, they run good races.
And he's got Enrique and Gonzalez aboard. 5, 1, and 2 for me. Same horses, Mike, slightly different order. On to the 7th race. 3 and 4-year-old allowance race, non-3, back sprinting, and that's why I think it's all Ring of Kerry. Last time he sprinted in one of these allowance races, he won by 7. Then he went long, and 24 and 48. It wasn't crazy fractions. He just doesn't seem like he really wants.
Wasn't disgraced, but he just doesn't.
It just doesn't seem like he wants to go long. He gets Amadeo Perez back aboard, who was aboard the day that he won by 7. It's back sprinting. Looks to me like Ring of Kerry. Main threat would be to his direct outside El Noble. Who, after all that mess with going out to Alberta, losing his rider, so on and so on, came back with a good second behind R.W. Stanley last time. Enrique back aboard him. And I think it's those 2. I threw in Finally Gotcha for third. Just a cool horse. Another one that gets back sprinting and only got beat a length and 3/4 for second. Last time he was sprinting that same race at Ring of Kerry, came out of that same sprint race. I went 2, 3, 1.
Yeah, I agree. 2 and 3 of the horses in here. I know Ring of Kerry did lose to El Noble last time going along, and he did. But Ring of Kerry's going to let Amadeo's going to let him do his thing.
Yeah,
going to let him roll. And when you go along, you're not letting your horse roll. You're taking care of the horse. You're taking a hold.
You're trying to save some horse. Yeah.
You're trying to get the horse to relax, and that's not what this horse wants to do. Actually, his best route race, he was a good third there behind Exploding Whiskey Bound when he was just let rattle 47 and 1, 112, and keep going. See how far you last. But sprinting, that's his gig. He can go 21 and 4. El Noble can't go 21 and 4. He's going to get away from El Noble, and I think that'll be why maybe this horse can defeat El Noble.
Catch him to win it. Yeah.
On him last time. I put the 7-horse Dayflyer in for third.
Yeah,
good runner-up effort, or good win. 2 starts back on Canada Day, and did get the benefit of a speed duel in front of him. And then last time had a wide trip against R.W. Stanley. Slews the Boss is now a stakes winner. Good company he was keeping. That was a tough non-3 that day. This is a good spot. If Ring of Kerry and El Noble go at it, Dayflyer could win it too. 2-3-7 for me in the 7th. On to the 8th and final. 6250 older horses going 6.5 furlongs. The 2-horse Aditya was unlucky not to win last time. Ended up third behind Always Sunny and Act Up. Had no racing room through.
Yeah, he was looking for
the entire stretch
place to run.
And just Antonio could go nowhere. It was just one of those things. You just got behind some tiring speed and no holes open, and they all kind of died together on the head end, and Aditya just had to suffer at that, but still rallied in the stretch and ran a good race. The 3-horse Crackdown, not sure what to do with the horse. He was sitting up on a comfortable pace for him.
For him, yeah.
45 and 3, and really collapsed in the stretch.
And he was breaking from the outside, so he was the horse on the outside.
Yeah,
it wasn't like he was getting pressure.
Should have stayed on, which bothers me a little bit. But still, I got to respect him now for 62.50.
Yeah.
Put the 5-horse Act Up in for third. He was wide the whole race. He ran a good race for Larry Grieve last time. This horse is in the mix as well. But I thought Aditya is going to get a really good trip behind the 1 and 3. Looks like Next Otis and Crackdown are going to go to the front. Aditya is going to be the one laying third in a perfect garden spot. And if he gets that spot and doesn't get in trouble this time, he's going to be tough to beat. I went 2, 3, and 7. I'm
with you. I really like Aditya in here. As you mentioned, it looks like there's a fair bit of speed. He can sit just behind him. I know Crackdown's a big dropper, but the fact that last time he was setting those fractions, which aren't crazy fractions for him, and he gets beat by 12. If he got beat by 3, and the drop down to 62.50, I think he would look a lot more dangerous in
And
here.
You're getting no value probably with him. He's going to be like in the 8 to 5 range,
yeah,
likely, or 2 to 1, whatever. I don't know. He's going to be between 1 to 1 and 2 to 1, but yeah, he's going to get.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I'm going on Aditya. I will have Crackdown on my ticket. I put him in for third. I put Next Otis. This is just a horse that's been showing up of lately.
He's a cool horse.
Yeah, his last 2 races been very good. Won over another Guinness, came back to win.
On the head end. When he gets the lead, that horse is pretty game.
Yeah, and just got run down last time by Burnham, a cool old horse that's made $250,000 that just caught him late last time. So I put him in for third. He gets Amadeo Perez, his favorite rider, back aboard. I went 2, 3, 1 in the 8th. That'll do it for our analysis of the Friday night card. Up next on screen will be our picks.
Here's a recap. Here we go. Back in race 1, I went to the 4. Infinite Patience, going to go 4, 3, and 1 in the opener.
Going out on a limb.
I know. I'm going to take a shot on the 4. The second race, I went to the 5, the Kippy train over the 3 and 4. Race number 3, I went to the 7, Capilano Canyon. Very impressive debutante, and I think he's going to be awfully dangerous again. 7, 1, and 5 in the CTHS Sales Stake Colson Geldings division. Race 4, I went to the 8, Sangria. Going to go 8, 2, and 5. I think they're all very live in here, though, those 3 horses. The 5th race, went to the 5 again, Union and Session. Going to go 5, 3, and 8. Race number 6, went to the 1, Warrior's Promise, over the 2, La Principessa, and the 5, Reproach. And the 7th race, I went to the 2, Ring of Kerry. I like this one. Going to go 2, 3, and 7. And in the 8th and final, we're going to go to Aditya. Going to go 2, 3, and 5.
On to my picks, there we go. Back in the first, obviously, I agree with Mike. Actually, we've got a lot of the same picks tonight, but Infinite Patience, best bet of the day. Wow, has she been impressive. Number 4, Infinite Patience, over the 3, Fully Lent, and the 5. I put lots of love in for third. The second, number 5, the Kippy Train I like, over the 3, Floral, and the 8, Fancy Fraulein. In the third, the boys' end of the CHS Sales Stakes, I do like Capilano Canyon, over the 1, At Attention. I threw in the 4, Machina, the Mark Cluche barn, for third. In the fourth, 2-year-old girls maiden special weight, I like Sangria, the 8 horse, over the 2 and the 9. The 5th, I went to the 5, Union Obsession, over the 8 and the 1. In the 6th, I went to the 5, Reproach, over the 1 and the 2. In the 7th, I do really like Ring of Kerry in here, 2 horse. In Ring of Kerry over the 3, El Noble, and the 1 finally got you. And the nightcap, I agree with Mike on number 2, Aditya over the 3 and the 1.
Well, that'll do it for the Friday, August the 30th edition of Handicapper's Corner. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. It should be a good one of our last Friday nights.
Yes.
We only have one more, and that'll be our next live card next Friday,
yes.
September the 6th. We're on a bit of a hiatus we do have 7 consecutive days off for live racing, and then we come back
on vacation.
Yeah, no racing throughout the remainder of the P&E Fair after this Friday night. But we do resume on Friday, September the 6th, and then of course Saturday, September the 7th. It is the biggest day of the year. BC Derby, BC Oaks, Delta Colleen, SW Roundup Plate, 4 stakes races. There'll be 10 races on the Saturday, at least 10 races on the Saturday card. It'll be a lot of fun, but a lot of divisional honor implications will be.
For sure.
And the puzzles will be solved.
Derby's shaping up to be one of the better ones in years, of course, with 5-Star General. Final Jeopardy, Explode.
Yes. Peter Redicop. Yeah, this is going to be it. Peter Redicop's Final Jeopardy, Canmore Farms, Explode, as well as the North American Thoroughbred Horse Company's 5-Star General.
Mario Gutierrez in town too.
Yeah, Mario will be here on the Saturday. So do stay tuned next week. But yeah, our next live cards will be next Friday, September the 6th, and next Saturday. No racing on Sunday, September the 8th. We'll get back to the Saturdays and Sundays
go to
really
church.
Quick here.
Go to church, Mike.
Pray for some winners.
Yes.
All righty. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do,